Are solar panels a good investment for your home? If you're thinking about putting on solar, you have a few different options. Some of these options are a great investment that can save you a lot of money on your electric bill and increase the value of your home. Other options can be somewhat of a bad investment and actually make your home more difficult to sell if you decide to make a move in the future. I'm Tim Hamilton with StellarQuest Real Estate, and in this video we're going to discuss solar from a real estate agent's perspective. If you like to stay up to date on the housing market, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel where we upload a variety of real estate related topics. We've sold homes with multiple different types of solar and solar agreements. There are two main categories that we're going to discuss. There are owned panels and leased panels. When it comes to leasing, we've seen agreements where the homeowner pays a flat monthly fee, and we've also seen what we call power purchase agreements where the owner agrees to purchase all of the power the panels produce for a certain monthly fee. When it comes to owning the panels, you can either finance them or pay cash and own them outright. Regardless of which option you decide to go with, it's extremely important to do proper research and understand how much money you're going to save every month. If you own the panels, I would particularly look at how many years it will take for the panels to pay for themselves. First, let's talk about owning the panels outright or by financing. When you buy the panels, you can claim a federal tax credit for a certain percentage of the cost to buy and install the panels. This benefit expires in 2022 unless Congress decides to renew it. When you buy the panels, you also have a much more consistent and predictable number to work with when you're calculating your return on investment from the panels. Owning the panels also makes the home much easier to sell in the future compared to a solar lease. Typically, it will take several years or longer for the panels to pay for themselves, so you get the largest benefit if you stay in the home long enough to take advantage of the savings. For example, if you put solar on today and then sold your home tomorrow, you probably won't recoup the total cost of the investment and you would have lost money on your decision to put on solar. The best way to do it is to put the solar on and then stay in the home long enough to fully take advantage of the savings and have the panels pay for themselves. If you decide to stay in the home any longer, then all of the savings go straight to your pocket. If you eventually decide to sell the home, you can probably get slightly more because you have solar panels and you'll come out way ahead, making the solar a great investment. Owning the panels outright is the best option if you're thinking about selling the home. When the panels are financed, it makes the transaction slightly more difficult because the buyer will have to qualify to assume the financing agreement. Some buyers may not be interested in taking over the financing, and in this case, they may expect you to pay off the panels. Either way, having financed solar makes the transaction slightly more difficult and may actually turn some buyers away from purchasing the home. The second way you can put solar on your home is by using a lease or a power purchase agreement. With a solar lease, the company will come out and install their panels on your home and you will pay them a flat monthly fee. With the power purchase agreement, you are agreeing to purchase all of the power that the panels produce at a certain rate. This rate normally starts fairly low, but it can increase every year, and in some cases you may not actually be saving that much money after a few years into the agreement. In either case, it is extremely important to do your research and understand how much money you're going to save every month. Having a solar lease or power purchase agreement will typically make a home more difficult to sell, and in some cases it might negatively impact the selling price. Just like with financing, the lease will have to be assumed by the buyer. Some buyers will steer completely clear of solar leases and power purchase agreements because in a lot of cases the terms are not that favorable to the homeowner and they don't like the idea of having something on the home that they don't own and have full control over. Sometimes these agreements do have a buyout clause that would allow the homeowner to buy the panels from the leasing company. We have seen cases where the buyout number is actually fairly reasonable, but we've also seen cases where that number is quite high. In my opinion, putting owned solar panels on a home is a great investment if you're planning on staying in the home long enough to fully take advantage of the savings. Keep in mind the benefits of solar vary drastically depending on how much electricity you use and where your home is located. We have sold homes with panels that are owned outright, financed, and leased. Panels that are owned outright are by far the most desirable to home buyers, and this is a very positive feature if you decide to sell your home. Thank you for watching our video on whether or not solar is a good investment. If you have any questions or you're thinking about buying or selling a home in Southern California, please feel free to call or email us anytime, and we're more than happy to help you in any way that we can. If you like to stay up to date on the housing market and learn about a variety of real estate related topics, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.